Tonight on the Black Business Showcase, we're sitting down with a brother who doesn't mince words, doesn't make excuses, and definitely doesn't wait for permission. The one and only Dave Anderson, aka the Business Bully. He's built an empire teaching black entrepreneurs how to think for themselves, brand themselves, and build wealth without begging for a seat at somebody else's table. We're gonna talk business, culture, mindset, and what it really takes to break free from the plantation economy. So lock in, this one's gonna be raw, real, and full of game. You are now tuned into Sincere Love the Godcast.
Here's the way it is. You live in direct relation to the poets, the heroes, and the sheroes you have. Always honor the elders. Then you honor yourself. Honor women. You honor yourself. Honor men. You honor yourselves.
Online, never in the streets. Easiest way to make money. I go to the ticket shop.
Yo family, real quick, I'm proud to announce the soft launch of Sincere Love to God's new book, From the Womb to Illmatic, a hip-hop inspired blueprint for unlocking your child's inner genius. This ain't your average parenting book. This is for the culture. Inspired by Illmatic, built around his own son Seven's early development, and packed with real tools to help parents turn everyday moments into genius-level learning. If you've ever wanted to give your child a head start without losing your roots, this book is for you. Available now on Amazon. Order now and leave a 5-star review. You already know, we raising brilliance around here.
Hi, I'm Seven, and I'm the Super Harry. That means I ask big questions, I make big moves, and I come from something powerful. In this series, I grow through change, embrace my culture, and unlock the gifts that my ancestors gave me. These books are for kids like me, kids with heart, with pride, and with big dreams. Come join the journey. Collect all 4 Seven the Super Harry books and unlock your power. Available on Amazon and Kindle now. Order your copy today.
All right, peace, family. What's good? We are here. Y'all come on up in here. Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. I am the God Sincere Love, and I am in the building with my lovely co-host, Nicety Girl. And this is the Black Business Showcase, y'all.
Whoop, whoop.
This is the Black Business Showcase. We ain't did one of these in a little while.
A long while.
Been a little while, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we here though. We got a great guest for y'all tonight. We got a dynamic guest blessing the stage with us tonight. I ain't even going to waste too much time with all that. But before I do that, let me ask y'all to do me a favor real quick as y'all coming up in the room. Make sure you hit the like button. Definitely want you to hit the like button. Share this out on your social media platforms. Let everybody know that we are live right now. And if you're not already subscribed to us, make sure you click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you could be reminded whenever we go live with new episodes of Sincere Love the Godcast.
Yes. And before we bring him on, I just want to give a B1 rest in peace, to our good brother, Black Voltron.
Yes.
He transitioned. I don't know if it was yesterday, but we got word. I did last night that he transitioned from a Facebook post from his sister. We don't know how, but we just know that our brother is not here with us anymore. He will truly, truly be missed. I know for the support that he's done for the Godcast and other people who's sharing their stories, on their podcast and just on social media. I hope that he knew, before he left here how loved he was. We definitely appreciated him here, still appreciate him. And again, he will not be forgotten. So rest in peace to our brother Black Voltron.
Yes, indeed. Big B1 salute, as he would say. Rest in power to our good brother, Black Voltron, man. Black Voltron been rocking with us since day one.
Day one.
Since day
Day
one.
one.
Just a real warrior out here for the black
Mhm.
grassroots and the new black media. You know what I'm saying? And he's a brother that choose to remain anonymous for the most part. He don't really
Mhm.
put his face and his image out there like that, but his voice was always heard. Very sharp, very knowledgeable, very powerful brother. You felt this power even without, you know what I'm saying, I won't even say his presence, because when it came time to be boots on the ground, he was there. You know what I'm
Yep, the
saying?
reparation hearings, he was there.
Right. Reparations
Yeah.
hearings and all of that. Yeah,
Mhm.
he was front line with it. He was front line with it. But
Absolutely.
when it came to online though, he kind of played the background, but his presence was
Mhm.
always felt. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so yeah, I saw that first thing this morning. That's like one of the first things I saw this morning. I was like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw it last night, and literally, once I saw it, I literally did not sleep no more. Like I was just like, he's here every Sunday with us like clockwork. If he was still here, he'll be here tonight.
Right,
We know that. You know what I'm
right.
saying? He's helped me with things in the background when it came to my son, as far as when my son was still, in the construction world, trying to get in the unions and stuff like that.
Yep.
He gave us some really, really great information, on how to, get his footing, in there. So just a lot of, support, not just on the channel, but just personally,
Yeah, man.
So
Because he
for
was a
that, I'm
tradesman as
definitely
well.
grateful.
He was into the trades as well and all of that. You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
was a elevator mechanic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 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 man. So condolences to his family.
Yeah.
Sleep well, my good brother. Sleep well.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, man. Without further ado, we're gonna get the
That.
proceeding with the proceedings this evening. And so, like I said, we do got a great guest on the Godcast for y'all tonight. So again, like, share, subscribe, let everybody know that we live right now. As we introduce our guest for tonight, our good brother, Mr. Dave Anderson, aka the Business Bully, is back on the Godcast. Welcome back, good brother.
Welcome
Man,
back.
listen, I am so happy to be here. I don't know what to do with myself right now.
Glad to have you, man. Glad to
My
have
God,
you.
my God.
And
How's everything?
I know you always come with a fully loaded clip, and so we are ready to receive, my brother.
Me?
I don't, I yeah, we
No.
know how you get down,
I'm a
and
puppy dog.
we love it.
No,
We
not
love it.
me.
We
No,
here for
no.
it. This ain't the Breakfast Club.
No. Was
First,
that a shot?
I'm just saying. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. We're gonna talk
sure,
about that a little
sure.
bit later. But
Talk about it.
just so y'all know, this ain't the Breakfast Club, man. This is the
No, it's
Black
not.
Business Showcase. This is Sincere Love the Godcast, so we're gonna keep it raw.
I love
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
I love it.
And
I do.
I apologize that my image is a little dark tonight. I don't know what's going on with that,
That's
but
all right. It's just a
we're gonna
proud
rock
black
with
image.
it. We're gonna rock with it, man. So, like I said, brother, welcome back to the Godcast, man. How have things been going for you?
Wow. It's been a whirlwind, man. I've been on this tour for the past couple of months, just sitting down, talking to folks, and out here making it happen. Really, really excited about my latest book, The Real Black Agenda: Exposing the
Right.
Myths, Igniting the Revolution. Available at therealblackagenda.com. I suggest you get it if you haven't gotten it. It's wonderful. We out here working. It's been amazing. I'm gonna tell you, there's a difference between selling out. This is my 22nd bestseller. It is my first real, even though all my books have been pro-black, this has been the first book that's not necessarily a business book, where I'm talking about the things I see in our community and how to address them. And it's been really interesting in comparison to my other ones.
So what's the you said the other books is more business,
Mhm.
like how to get people into the entrepreneurial
Right,
situation. What's
right.
different about this book?
Well, this
versus
book
the
is addressing the disparities that have taken place in our community. It talks about the ugly things that most people don't want to talk about, from how abortion is a scam
Yes, it
to
is.
the education industrial complex is a scam. The school to prison pipeline is a scam. Debilitating student loans are a scam. The jab is a scam. The black church is a scam. I know I keep saying things are a scam, but I mean, at some point we got to really have that conversation, because that's one of the main reasons we haven't gotten where we need to get to, because we've got so many fake prophets, interlopers, sucker for love ass tricks running through our community posing as black people.
Man, say that.
And I'm really sick of all the dusty tether babble, and
When you be oof.
I'm out here. I'm like, when there's something strange in the B1 world, who you gonna call? Tether Buster. So I ain't afraid of no goats.
You and Dr. Randy Short, because he's been, slaying tethers lately too, for a long time, for that matter. Yeah, abortion definitely is a scam. I feel like everything that they've pushed out on the black community has not ever really served the black community. It's just the illusion of all that. So my question is, why then won't they serve us reparations? Why aren't they trying to close, the wealth gap between black folk, white folk, and other groups? You know what I'm saying? Why won't they give us that?
Because, I mean, talk about a perfect permanent victim. Black people, all you got to do is give them some symbolism. Like, here's the thing. You can say a lot about our former Vice President, Kamala Harris. The one thing you can't say is that she's stupid. She's doing what works. And you know what works? Megan Thee Stallion in a blue pantsuit twerking. Having Quavo up there. Making black people stand for 16 hours in the rain for a glimpse of Beyonce when she only stood up there for 4 minutes.
And made how much money? Didn't she make like
$4
$3 million for that?
$4 million allegedly.
Wow.
So we don't want substance. We're so big on symbolism that we're happy to take crap in a glass dish and call it chocolate mousse. We're not asking for anything. All we want is something tangible, because we live in a constitutional republic, which means that there are people who are supposed to represent us, because it would be hectic having 330 million voices all wanting different things. And so you elect someone to be there to be your voice. And everybody else understands. The Jewish community understands this. The Chinese American community understands this. The entire Tether collective understands this. But somehow black people think, oh no, it's just so important. We've got to get them out because the orange man is so bad. Well, before the orange man, it was the prisoner of war. He was bad. And then Mitt Romney was bad. And who else was bad? Oh yeah, George H.W. Bush was bad. George W. But anything Republican is automatically bad, but everything Democrat is automatically good. But for 60 years, it's been 60 years since Martin Luther King was assassinated. And what have we gotten?
Less land.
There's a Chinatown everywhere. There's a little Italy everywhere. There's a Koreatown everywhere. There is a little Havana. I ain't seen Black Girl Magicville or Brothertown anywhere.
All you gonna get is MLK Boulevard.
And you know what happens on MLK Boulevard and Malcolm X Lane? I went to Martin Luther King High School. It's one of the first schools in America to have metal detectors in the worst ranked safety school in America at the time. They done bought in Joe Clark from Lean On Me. He said, I can't tell y'all to do nothing but keep hope alive. I'm dead ass. They literally bought in the real Joe Clark. And yeah, it didn't go well. So we got to realize we don't demand anything from them other than them give us an entertainer. And so why in the world would I be incentivized to repair you? Then take all of everything I just said off the table. If they admit to 400 plus years or 250 since the founding of the country of, redlining, Jim Crow, grandfather taxes, grandfather clauses, poll taxes, all that type of stuff, those are crimes against humanity. You can then drag America in front of the UN. And then double tax them. They ain't gonna let that happen. And guess what? They know good and hell well that all they got to do is pay the right mega preacher to get everybody to focus on target.
Man.
Speaking of, they just paid one. There's one in Chicago where they paid him $2 million, and he has a whole like shelter or something where he's housing,
Yeah.
illegal aliens over there. And one just attacked the person inside of the shelter the other day.
Of course. And guess what? Y'all ain't gonna do nothing but talk about it. And
Right.
that's the thing. They automatically know. You guys, and when I say you guys, I don't mean you. I'm talking about
I
to the
know.
general audience. You guys continue to do these things because remember in 2023, all the black people was out here fighting for Ukraine.
Right.
And do you remember in 2024, all the black people they were fighting, and still 2025, they're still fighting for Gaza and what's happening over there. We keep fighting for everybody. And then of course, when the thing happened in Orlando, black people started to fight for the gays, all the eligibility community plus. We fight for everybody but black people.
But ourselves.
That's
But
a fact.
ourselves.
And they tell you who to be mad at. They listen. I can run this down. I'm having a psychic vision. In February, you guys are going to be talking about Trayvon again. Wait. And in August, you're going to be talking about Mike Brown again. Like all they got to do is tell you what to be mad at, and you're mad at it. And then when it's time for you to sit down and shut up and just be happy, you'll do that too.
Dave, why do you think that these misleaders, elected officials, why do you think they're going so hard for illegal aliens right now?
Because
and I'm talking about the black ones.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the Jasper Ash Shade Tree House coons that get elected. Yeah. So the reason they're doing it is because they realize that we're starting to defect. We're starting to say things like we're going to withhold our vote. If you got a policy, regardless of which side of the aisle you come from, I'm going to go with who is going to give me the best result for my vote. But let's just say, for example, and let's pretend it's an alternate universe. So we're on Earth 2 right now. And so let's pretend that we take a group of people and we give them food and clothing and shelter and job training and education and healthcare and food stamps and cars. And then you give them the right to vote. You think they ain't going to be loyal to the people that gave you all that? You got a mayor in Chicago named Brandon Johnson. And Brandon pointy-headed ass Johnson, he looks like a reservoir tipped condom. He said that I don't care what Donald Trump says because that's their main thing. All you got to do is Democrats right now. All they want to do is cuss and talk about how they took on Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't know. You're like, I don't know these people. Never seen them. Don't know anything about them. That's it. And so he took money from the COVID relief fund and took money that was earmarked for black people. And because Chicago's a sanctuary city, you know where they drop off the illegals? In the black neighborhoods. So people are talking about, the ICE is affecting black people because they went up in there and they zip tied everybody. Yeah, they zip tied everybody because that black ass mayor in name only, Pointerhead, he decided to drop the illegals where the black people were. So if you're a cop, I am the son, brother, and nephew of cops. I can tell you, if you're a cop, you're going to assess the situation first, and then you'll sort it out. So they zip tied everybody and say, okay, you here.
You going in the house.
Right. Then when you look at that building, you'll find out that Wells Fargo's been trying to foreclose on that because they want to do something else with that property.
Wow.
And so that's the thing. So if I've got a built-in voter class that's going to be loyal to me because a lot of them don't speak the English, why in the world am I messing around with you Negroes for? Y'all starting to wake up. Hell, forget all of that. What did Joe Biden say when he was running for president the first time? Oh, you black people, all you black leaders, y'all going to have to get with the Hispanics because that's the way it's going.
Yeah.
He also said
he sure did.
And then remember, because they kept talking about Donald Trump was crazy for the wall. Joe Biden admitted on tape that he built 300 miles of wall.
Right.
So...
and let's not forget, Obama deported more than anybody.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Why? No. You can't talk about your forever president. He's so black. Tether.
Oh, we talk about him over here. He gets no passes over here.
He's a tether.
Absolutely a tether. He did nothing for black people. He was the first, and like they said, he was America's first gay president because he gave them everything.
And you know what they gave him? A check.
Yep.
So I'm not mad at what Obama did or did not do. I'm mad at the fact that we don't avail ourselves of the same systems that everybody else does. See, we go and we vote and we'll sing this and we shall overcome. We'll do all that. But we don't. Go ahead. Please name me the Black Political Action Committee.
Right.
Exactly. See,
they claim to end the NAACP, the Congressional Black Caucus, the that's what they
The
say.
Urban League.
Yeah,
Okay, but no.
yeah.
See, the NAACP, the National Association for Colored People, did not have a black president until my mother had me in utero.
Wow.
So, point number one, the Urban League, you mean the Boule League?
Yeah. Them.
If you can't point to any, my Bible says, you know the tree by the fruit that it bears. If you can't point to one thing that they have done to move black people forward, because everywhere black people are densely populated by and large is a hood.
Right.
So what good is the National Association of Colored People? And who are the colored people now? Because we keep using these terms, BIPOC, people of color, I ain't got black. That's why I called it the real black agenda. I ain't here for the BIPOCs. And then while you on the subject, let's talk about the Congressional Black Caucus, right? Now, every group has a caucus. The gays got a caucus. The Hispanics got a caucus. The Asians got a caucus. You look at the Asian caucus website, Google it if you ain't got nothing better to do. They say, our mission is to secure America's dream for Asians.
Yep.
The Hispanic caucus says our mission is to secure the American dream for Hispanics. You know, the Congressional Black Caucus says we want to help marginalized people and the gays and the downtrodden and everybody else. You want to know why? Because it's full of a bunch of glad-handing yes men, tap dancing, step and fetch it, rich, high off the hog, uppity, talented 10th ass Negroes in tethers. That don't want to do anything for anybody. But it's funny, Maxine Waters is so old. Just gonna say her name. And she's so frail, and we love her because she reclaiming my time. Auntie Maxine don't lift a finger for anybody in Watts, Compton, nobody, nowhere. However, but she got on a private plane to go out and protest illegal Mexicans and Venezuelans burning the American flag while carrying their Mexican and Venezuelan flags. And we got to be there for them people. Right. And y'all let her rock for 34 years.
And also, let's be clear, the government has shut down because these same folk want to give illegal aliens medical.
Of course. Because they want to keep the plan going. We're not a part of the plan. They're past us. We off that. What did that young black boy say at the hotel? It's above me now.
It's above me.
It's above black people now. They're like, no, we don't need y'all. Y'all got us here. We good now. We don't need you. And because we know you're not gonna go nowhere, because y'all keep listening. Why y'all keep listening to comedians?
Oh, DL.
I'm not here to talk about anybody's sexual preference. I'm just trying to understand if Malcolm. Oh, you meant. Oh, yeah, that is his name. I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand if Malcolm X told y'all don't watch out for comedians and trumpet players and don't listen to them. If Malcolm told you the white liberal is more dangerous than the conservative, and y'all keep believing the white liberal. If Joe Biden was eulogizing Robert Byrd, who was an exalted cyclops in the Klan, and Hillary Clinton told you that Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, was her childhood hero when she was stumping as a teenager, she was a Goldwater girl. But that's who you think is your ally, is your friend?
Well, I think that black people don't know, though. I don't think that a lot of them are just go along to get along. They're listening to people who are loud and that cuss them out, like Roland Martin. You know, black people are used to being abused. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to fight back is what I'm assuming. You know, we're in an abusive relationship with the Democratic Party. And unfortunately, too many are staying in that abusive relationship. They're not trying to fight back. They haven't had enough yet.
But
listen. I hear all that what y'all saying and everything, and y'all making some good points. But now's not the time because black people, we about to get deported.
Deported where?
We about to get deported. Okay, so we ain't got time for all this Hotep stuff y'all talking about, man.
Oh, I don't know nothing about no Hotep. Listen, I got locks with a lineup. Okay, I got edges. I don't do herbal tea. Like it's celestial seasonings. That's I'm a bougie, talented 10th ass Negro. But no, but sincere, bro. Go to my iPad. Why in the world are we going? First of all, I listen. I told Roland Martin all he got to do is do one push-up. One. Just do one push-up. I mean, because he has to have some strength to keep that really massive head and them 3 necks on his shoulders.
That nigga
And
will
don't
drop it
forget them
like it's hot
kids.
for you, though. That
Don't
nigga will drop it like it's hot for you.
Oh man, he'll dance for massa, won't
And
shine
That's
them tap
levity.
shoes up.
Listen, and then he wearing them awful. It looks like he went to Wakanda and got every single sofa cover he could find
In a dress.
that he could put on himself.
Made like a dress. I know it's not a dress.
Why are you wearing a cowboy hat like Boss Hog? You look like Boss Hog with a receding hairline, homeboy.
He look like somebody's ugly auntie.
Listen, y'all listen to people I can't understand. But again,
do you think we're evolving?
De-evolving, yes.
You don't think we're evolving a little bit?
To
like
what?
I mean, like waking up a little bit.
political sophistication.
You know,
I think some of us are, but it's a slow process. And I said this just on another show when I was in Atlanta a couple weeks ago. I said one of the main things that's holding people back is that the boomers haven't died off yet.
I agree.
The media is very powerful, man, because you'll be surprised. Like I work in a barbershop. You'll be surprised at how many Negroes come in there for real, repeating these talking points because that's what they hear on TV. And then everybody, they're not all old people.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Just your average Negro. They're not all old and they're not all tethers.
Sure.
But if they sit there and watch CNN and MSNBC, they be coming in the barbershop with that bullshit, and I'd be like, man, are you serious? Because right now, last 2 weeks, all I've been hearing about is the raids in Chicago and how black babies is getting hemmed up, and we gotta do something about Trump. He's going overboard.
Okay, here's the thing. So even with that, right, you got to understand two things. Number one, a lot of this is black people's fault. We don't own the media. We consume the media. We have gone from a producer class to a consumer class, and whatever they give us, we say, yes, daddy, can I have another? We keep looking for yeah 2, 3, 4. Well, some of us have pulled up to the buffet more times than Roland Martin on a Sunday. So never mind. Anyway, my thing is, at what point do we start saying, you know what, this is not a fair representation of us. We refuse to spend any money with you, any time with our eyes, any time with our advertisers. When the last time, because the second BET got sold to white hands, they got rid of BET News, they got rid of Ed, they got rid of Teen Summit. Yeah, no, let's not give these Negroes something to aspire for. God forbid. You know, they got rid of anything that was cool and they replaced it with thought pockets and nonsense. And you did nothing about it. So now, what do you expect somebody to come up in the barbershop and do other than repeat what they've been fed? Because we ain't feeding them nothing. But we love to complain about it. And so that's a big part of it. The other thing that's extremely important is we need to understand that they are never going to allow us to put ourselves in a position to win under their watch. That's why we have to move out from under their watch. It don't matter how successful you may think that I am. I could call a consortium of millionaires right now, and I can't buy an inch in Chinatown. But the hood's for sale to everybody but black people.
You're right. Look what they did to Nipsey. You know, out here, they was harassing and pushing him out long before he was, offed.
Of course. And that's the gag. They don't want us anywhere waking up nobody. What did J. Edgar Hoover say? The worst thing that could happen to black people is black unity and the rise of a black messiah. That's it. I ain't no black leader. Look, what did Tupac say? I did not create thug life. I diagnosed it. That's it. And we you're going to get this because no one wants to educate folks. We got to shame our trash and we have to move in a positive direction and say, you know what? For those of us who get it, cool. Those of us who ain't, you over there. You don't represent.
Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go.
Nope.
All right. And so you're right. It's a slow creep. It's a slow creep, but it only takes enough of us.
That's
you know
it.
what I'm saying? It only takes enough of us to get on the same accord.
And
so, we understand, what all of these issues are. Y'all dropping it on here tonight. But the book is called The Real Black Agenda. So let's talk about some of the solutions. What is the real black agenda?
All right. So I'm gonna put it to you this way. I call it BBB. Be black, build black, buy black. It's really that simple.
Only way.
That's it. We keep looking externally for an internal situation. We a bunch of little Dorothy's. Well, I hate to break it to all you Negro Kansas and people, but there's no place like home. All you got to do is click your heels and turn around. We paved the yellow brick road that is the United States of America. We are the one that burned down the witches so that the tethers can come over here on our back.
Right.
We are the ones that built that White House where the orange man is. We did all of that. There is not a bowl of ice cream that doesn't have a black man's imprint on it. We continue to set the trends. The number one export in this country has always been black talent. Why you think K-pop is so popular?
Right.
Them K-pop girls was running circles around Megan Thee Stallion. She's like, yo, this is not what I'm used to when it comes to choreography. Yeah, because it's not under threat of unaliving if you miss a step. The only person more terrorizing than the people who are managing them K-pop girls is vintage Joe Jackson.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say that for sure.
You know, we gotta realize that we are who we need. We need to start supporting black media like this phenomenal channel. We need to start making sure that we are uplifting everybody. I remember I was in Utah consulting a barbecue company, and I came home and I called one of my best friends who happens to be David Banner. And I say to him, yeah, Banner, they wrote me a check. He said, man, I'm happy for you. And I said, well, what is it? He said, if you had us, you'd never need them. And it was just like, what did R. Kelly say? Oh, and that's all I could say was, oh. If we sit back and make sure that our people are taken care of, you see so many people on a post saying, protect this person at all costs. Protect with a check.
Right.
You know, do the Dr. Umar special. Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal.
Say it 3 times. You got to say it 3 times.
Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. That's the thing. We also need to make sure that if these preachers ain't no good, we shame and we shun them.
All of them, the preachers, the elected officials, the ones that's trying to get elected, we have to stop. Just because the person is black does not mean we have to support them.
No, just because you are colored don't make you are kind. Absolutely.
Exactly. And that's another problem I see in our community. As soon as someone black is running, we just assume that we have to, support them just because they're black. That's what we did with Obama, to be honest. I think, honestly, the elders here in LA, that's the reason why Maxine is still in office, because the young people have been done with her. Still a few, though, that's on the train. But, you know what I'm saying? It's the old folk that will not let her go.
1000%.
Wholeheartedly. So it's such a loaded thing. But again, at some point, we got to realize that we're allowing this behavior to continue. Yeah. Because I tell people all the time, the reason they don't take your protest seriously is because most of us look like a bunch of slack-jawed North American big backs, and we won't walk away.
Not big backs.
Big backs. As a recovering fat ass myself, I can say that. Look, man, I don't know where that 343 pounds went, but I'm glad it's off of me. But yeah, man, that's what it is. Also, stop telling your kid that when she gets pregnant, that she needs to go to the vacuum doctor. Planned Parenthood is Planned Parenthood is a
Touch on that.
So in the book, I talk about, there's a chapter in here called The Body Count, and it's how they weaponize everything from our melanin to abortions to turning AIDS overnight from the gay cancer to the scourge of the black community. And when it comes to abortions, in densely populated black neighborhoods, you can find 4 things. You can find an abortion clinic, you can find a liquor store, you can find a weed dispensary, and you can find a church.
Yep.
You know what you can't find? A Whole Foods.
Mm-mm.
You know what you can't find? Reasonable gas prices. You know what you can't
fertility
find?
Clinics.
A fertility clinic. You can't find a co-op. You can't find an adoption center. You can't find medically competent doulas that understand from a cultural perspective what we need. Yeah, no, all that stuff is gone. It might as well be a Lou Rawls song. You'll never find Negroes that care. So for us, if they're using our melanin, if they take that fetus out of our women and then call it medical waste, then you can sell it to the government or to universities or to NASA, where they'll extract the melanin and the stem cells, and they're still on the hunt for different things like HeLa cells and other things that we have in our DNA that, you know, unlocks everything, because every Black woman has the mitochondrial Eve gene. So they're only beginning to crack the surface on those things. And that's not a conspiracy theory, it's a fact. So,
and speaking of conspiracy theories, are we allowed to talk about can I even say, are we allowed to talk about the vaccines now? Because
sure, we can talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'll talk about it in the book.
Even the president is out here saying what we were saying. We were getting banned for saying it a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, it was disinformation because they were making money. Pfizer was writing big checks. Johnson was writing big checks. What was the other? Moderna was writing big checks. Everybody was writing big checks.
Everybody.
And that's the thing. Whenever you see Dr. Fauci's ass walking in the hood telling Black people that they need to get a jab, this is the same person. Do you know Magic Johnson, when he on a Wednesday afternoon found out that he had HIV, that they sat him down with a doctor, and the doctor tells him, listen, this is going to be a good thing for you because you'll be the face of this thing. Well, before Magic Johnson was the face of this thing, they used to refer to HIV as the gay cancer. Like gay men were getting it. There was a movie called Philadelphia with Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington, and Denzel Washington played the lawyer because Black people wasn't getting HIV like that.
Right.
Then the funny thing is, at that press conference on Thursday, the day after he found out he had HIV, while he had a pregnant wife who possibly could have had it, because her test results, you know, it took like a week back then. Those results. He's sitting up there smiling, talking about, you know, I'm going to retire because of this HIV virus that I got, and maybe I'm going to do some businesses, and then, you know, I'm going to be like the face of this thing. The doctor who told him he was going to be the face of this thing is Dr. Anthony Fauci, the same Dr. Anthony Fauci that was pushing AZT to AIDS patients, and they were protesting him in the streets, just like Black people was like, you don't get the hell up off my block with this jab. Because remember, it was social distancing, right? We got to flatten the curve, and it's a disease of the unvaxxed. So what happened? And you take it, and then you're good. But no, you need to come back and get another one, and then after that, you want to do a triple axle because you got to get a booster. And then once you get the booster, you want to need to get it every year like a flu shot.
Right.
What happened to trust the science? Oh, were we trusting the science with the Tuskegee experiment? Were we trusting the science then? I'm just trying to say, when do we trust the science?
And not just the trust in the science part, but right now you have people going crazy saying that we shouldn't listen to RFK. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not even a doctor. But all of you same Negroes listen to Bill Gates.
Well, I mean, Bill Gates made Windows Vista. That should tell you all that you need to know.
I'm just saying.
But,
like, I'm just confused at the hypocrisy, and, you know, just as long as it has something to do with Trump, like you said, they're not going to listen. If it's someone that they feel is aligned with Trump, no matter what the science says, no matter what the truth is, they're not going to listen to it. But a Democrat can lead you to eating horse dookie, and you're going to eat it.
Absolutely. And we have
propaganda. It's the power of propaganda.
Yes. I love it. It's great because it gets me to sit up here and come on platforms like this and say, why y'all keep listening to these folks? Because you can't pull on me what you pull on these other folks. Oh, well, you're a Republican, am I? Or am I somebody that's sick of being played for 60 years by the Democratic Party while not getting anything for it? The Temptations 10 years before I was born was talking about vote for me and I'll set you free. It's been the same game. Nah, man. Nah. Demanding something for your vote, it doesn't make you less Black. It makes you more Black, because our ancestors, contrary to D.L. Hughley's opinion, did not die for our right to vote. They died for our right to think, and then died for our right to vote so that we could make change, not that we could follow along and promote the status quo.
So, brother Dave.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Because I
was going to say, even back then, when they were meeting at the church to talk about who we were going to vote for, it was for something. It wasn't just because someone was popular. It was at that time about what we going to get.
That's it. Absolutely. Yeah, we don't want that no more. No. That's why they've made sure they co-opted the churches. They bought your favorite celebrities, and they're going to continue to buy whoever they need to buy to make them ineffective.
Right. And even like now, you know, with the whole, you know, abortion situation, now we got a married woman who's pregnant by other men, you know what I'm saying, popping to other women like she's doing something that's so great. It's disgraceful. It's tacky.
Yes.
it's all the wrong things, but you have women celebrating this married woman. I don't care if they're going through a divorce or not. She's married, pregnant by another man.
Yeah, they think that's cute because, again, who's controlling that narrative? It ain't us. And as long as they continue to do that and pit us, against each other based on our genitals, then we're never going to unify. You don't never see other folks do it en masse the way we do it.
No. I was just talking to my son about this yesterday. He was like, Mom, the girls, he's 20. You know what I'm saying? He just had his first real breakup. You know what I'm
Poor
saying?
baby.
Why
And
you
so
put my
he's
man
talking to
business out
girls.
there like that? Why you put my
Not
man
my
Because
business
she's
out
a
there?
mother. That's what
we
mothers
don't.
do. They don't
Yeah.
respect
It's
boundaries
just
when it
his
comes to their
real
sons.
first breakup. I'm not going to go into detail, but we were just having this conversation. I was telling him, one, you got to step up as a man and take your rightful place as a man. Period, point blank. And until men, I believe, start and women allow a man to be the man that they're supposed to be and need to be for our communities and stuff like that, we're going to continue to see this decline in our families. We're going to see
Absolutely.
the continued gender warring and things like that. So like I told him, don't let no P, lead you anywhere. You stand up in your manhood and be just that.
That's it. And that's all. It's a
Ty
fact.
Weezy gonna be all right. Shout out to Ty Weezy. It's my guy.
He loves you, by the way. He
He
thinks
gonna
you're the
be all
coolest. He thinks Sincere is cool. And I'm like, he's a nerd.
right.
He's a
Damn.
nerd. He loves Sincere.
Damn.
He
That's
ready to leave me. He ready to leave now.
damn. It's hard.
Well, look, man.
Yes, sir.
We've been touching on some heavy stuff already. You know what I'm saying? Is this the reason why we never got to see your Breakfast Club interview?
I have no idea. I wish I could tell you there was a legitimate reason. I have not heard a legitimate reason yet.
For people that don't know, though, I saw some clips, some behind the scene clips.
Oh yes,
of this brother doing an interview with Charlamagne the God and Envy and them on the Breakfast Club, but the actual interview never came out. You don't know what's going on with that? How long ago was that, by the way?
Oh, okay. I shot the interview on June 25th. That is what I do know. I was there. I did the interview. Envy was not there. His daughter had a dance recital.
Okay.
So, and again, I've been on that show 4 times. Envy has been there once when I'm there. I don't know why. It's just one of those funny, odd things that happens. For me, it's more of a situation where I think a lot of times, how can I put this gently? When it's us, people want to doubt the truth, right? I've heard a myriad of reasons. Somebody said, well, Dave, we couldn't vet this, we couldn't vet that. My whole thing is, as a producer of syndicated talent, the likes of which everyone's heard of, Ricky Smiley, Wendy Williams, DJ Clue, if there was a question, you vet somebody beforehand.
Right.
You don't vet them when they sit down. And if you need to fact check something, like the fact that I have fractional ownership in several companies, and those companies make up about a little bit over 300 employees, if that's an issue, all you got to do is issue a letter.
Right.
None of that ever happened. So we got to have proof that you got 300 employees. I'm like, no, you don't. But if that's the case, I haven't heard from your legal team. I haven't heard from your programming department. My lawyers haven't gotten a call. So that really doesn't hold water. Then it was, well, it's the FCC because they're cracking down on course creators, this, that, and the third. I was selling a tangible product.
Right.
So that also doesn't hold water. And, I've also heard that some people believe that it could be because I kicked in Jamal Bryant's back by telling the truth that he's wheeling out Jesse Jackson for Target and trying to extort Target out of $250 million, but his outrage is selective. And I find it a little odd that he's, complimenting Cam Newton's legs, but he just doubled down and did an interview with Malik Yoba and started talking about the moistness of his lips. So,
well, Malik Yoba,
Malik Yoba, yeah. So, like, I can't really tell you what it was. What I will say is, it's not up for me to figure out, but one donkey don't stop no show.
That
Facts.
part. Did they vet Dr. Umar in his school? Never.
No,
I'm just asking the question.
Dr. Umar is a meme. They didn't vet him.
Right.
They didn't vet Brother Polite. Because wasn't he sleeping with his girlfriend's underage?
He kind of got snuck up there.
That's why he's in prison right now.
Snuck in, to be honest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But you're still
But they
right.
didn't
You're
vet him.
still right, though. You're still right.
Did he get vetted regardless of
And,
how he
and
got there?
Envy's homeboy too.
Oh, Caesar Pena, the one the
Yeah.
feds
Right.
are looking at, they
Right.
didn't vet him.
Yeah.
But me and my employee count is an issue. It's funny you don't ever ask Gary Vee about his employee count.
Right.
So again, I can't speak to why, and God bless those folks. You know, the thing of it is, whether they put it out or not, it's not really hurting me.
No.
You know, it is hurting the businesses that I did shout out that I have ties with. You know, I've got a t-shirt company manufacturer in Kentucky. We had a deal on the table in China. You know, you win some, you lose some. Kai Sinat's personal chef has a spice line with me, and shouted him out. That, you know, like it's other people. I'm going to be okay.
Right.
You know, it's the other people that, you know, I try to bring on with me. And that's always been a thing whenever I've done the Breakfast Club, to highlight other Black businesses, whether I have a stake in them or not. But again, to a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And my whole thing is, I had a great time. I think Just Hilarious was absolutely wonderful. Lauren was great.
She's doing a good job. She's doing a good job from the stuff I've been checking out.
So, you know, again, that is a question for the Breakfast Club, and whether they release it or they don't release it, that's completely up to them. But we do see what they do release. And again, that's their right. That's their prerogative. They can do whatever they want. That's also a reason why I don't go on many shows without my own camera crew, because I have the entire interview.
That was smart.
Bro.
And
like,
is it proprietary, or you could put that on your channel or whatever you want to
do?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm Dave Anderson. I own my name, image, and likeness. You can't use it without my express written permission. So again, I didn't sign anything that says I couldn't take that footage and do what I want with it.
Right.
And technically, if it's of no use to you, you can't stop me from using mine. You would lose that every day and 6 times on Sunday. And then other people's heads would roll, because the question would then become, well, why would you let him in here with a camera crew? Oh, maybe it's because I was the first director of social media for that company, and me and a guy named Tony Mollet built what is now iHeartMedia as far as their social and the way that they operate in their whole digital space. I got that on tape too. So yeah.
And I was going to tell you to get a little bit into your background, so people actually know who we're talking to, and we're like, we need a Breakfast Club. Like, some people might be like, you know,
well, who is this Negro? I get it.
All right.
You know, I'm the Gen X Clarence Avon. I'm the guy behind the guy, right? I started my career in broadcasting when I was 9 years old. I retired at 34. I have worked with Les Brown, Ricky Smiley, Wendy Williams, DJ Clue, Charlemagne, Kyle Santillian of the Morning Hustle. Like, I've had a very, very nice career, and I retired from it after my last gig in broadcasting, which was the first director of social media for a Fortune 500 company, then known as Clear Channel, now known as iHeart. I have lived in 34 cities. Most people don't. I'm not running around banging my chest trying to tell everybody how great I am. I've lived in 34 cities in 19 states. I got into this because a kid that is dyslexic and dyscalculic and has a speech impediment shouldn't be a professional broadcaster, motivational speaker, let alone have a 22-time best-selling record of books. But here I am.
Speech impediment where?
Exactly. Right. That's what happens when you understand how to control it. That's all. Years and years of speech therapy. I have dyslexia, I got dyscalculia, and I have a speech impediment. But I'm a professional speaker and a best-selling author.
Amazing. Right. So what was the turning point that made you walk away from that corporate radio and all of that and bet on yourself and become the business bully?
When I realized that I wasn't going to make money from my ideas, and those things are called work for hire when you do it for corporations. And I'm not a good employee, Sincere. I want to do things my way because I know I'm right. A lot of people can't take that. I know I'm right. And again, it'll always prove me right. I'm not wrong. I'm just early. And that's the thing. A lot of times people don't like the fact that I will say that, but it's the truth. I was early. One of the main reasons I left the last gig was they had an issue with me podcasting. They said it's a sticky area, it's a gray area, this, that, and the third. If you go back and watch my April 8th, 2016 Breakfast Club interview, I talk about the fact that they said, oh, well, you got a podcast and we don't like that. It's too many gray areas. And I said, now look at y'all. You got a
Right.
podcast, you got a podcast, you got a podcast. Pioneers get scalped, settlers prosper. I'm always early. I'm very rarely wrong. And so why in the world am I going to continue to do what Jesus told me not to do, which is cast my pearls before swine? I'm going to go where I can do it. And if I can do it for them, I can do it for me. So
Right.
wouldn't I? Yeah, I'm out. Why am I going to work for you when you tell me when I can come to work, how I can move, when I can pick up my wife? Are you out your mind? No, immediately no. And I've turned down 29 jobs.
Hell no.
So let me go here. Let me go here with it then,
Sure.
since this is the Black Business Showcase, and I
Sure.
always hear you talking like talking about now, building your own table. You know what I'm saying? So for those who are still afraid to take that leap, what's the first mental shift that they need to make?
Get a therapist, work it out, deal with your mommy and daddy issues, and start moving. Because guess what? Here's the truth about your job that nobody wants to tell you. The difference between a job and being an entrepreneur is one thing. See, at a job, they take your talents, your skills, and your gifts, and they find a way to monetize them. As an entrepreneur, you take your talents, your skills, and your gifts, and you find a way to monetize them. The difference is when you work for somebody, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think having an honorable profession is an honorable way to work. If that's what you're into, I can't do it, but I appreciate those who can. If that's what you want to do, cool, but realize you're getting raped when you're doing it. When you're an entrepreneur, you don't get the comfort of a biweekly insult that you refer to as a paycheck. But what you do get is, look, I can make 30 grand in a phone call. Why in the world would I trade my time for money? I have a 10-year-old autistic daughter. I've got a 26-year-old daughter. I've got a wife. I've got pets. I've got a niece. I've got people in my life I would like to be around and spend time with them. I can't do that begging somebody for 2 weeks off a year when it fits what they want me to do. How is it a benefit if I'm paying for it and it's taking a third of my check after the 50% of my check is going to the I, the R, and the S? Yeah, no, I'm good. If that's what you want to do and you want to work for 40 years for 40% of your income when you retire, by all means, boo-boo cakes, it's a free country. I ain't doing it. But again, we all make choices and we will reap the benefits or the consequences of those choices.
Man. So you mentioned that one of the excuses that you got from the Breakfast Club was about the FCC cracking down on people selling courses.
Hey, I'm coming. I'm in the midst of an interview. I'm coming. I'll be right there. Give me 1 second, okay? All right.
Dinner time.
No, it's not dinner time. I got to pick up my daughter from the train station.
No.
But I will say this: you were talking about the FCC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, with the rise of these Instagram entrepreneurs, how do we tell the difference between real business builders and digital hustlers?
If they're showing you them more than they're showing you their results, it's that simple. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but there's plenty of people who got festivals and things of that nature, but you can't point to one person that they have put on. You can't point to one person that they have taken from absolute obscurity to money. I can do it in damn near every state I've been in.
Does it matter? Can you do it with anything, any concept, or do you guide a person after talking to them? Like, this is the direction that you need to go.
I can't say
your idea ain't shit, basically.
It's not that your idea ain't shit. Sometimes it's just misdirected. Sometimes you don't have the right vision. Sometimes your vision is too small. Sometimes your vision is too big, and that's just not where you need to be. Sometimes you got to be okay with making the ugly, quiet money, like building a laundromat, instead of talking about how you're going to build yet another event space. Like it just depends. I'm not going to say any, but I ain't really missed much yet. That's all I can say.
My son was on ChatGPT today, and he was like, "Mom, I'm on ChatGPT right now to figure out how I can make some extra money outside of my job. And right now, it's not looking good."
It's because he's using the prompts wrong. He's using the prompts wrong. But I will say this: we got to get ourselves to a point where we normalize greatness. And stop downplaying it. I think that part is extremely important. I also think that getting ourselves into a space where we stop having, like, I wish we had the criticism and the I don't want to use the word vetting because I've used it a lot during the show, but we had the discernment of our politicians that you have for entrepreneurs like me. Because you don't have any for the people that cosplay like they're the Honorable Elijah Muhammad selling you gold water. You don't have it for substitute teachers backed by Steve Stout, who got a podcast that everybody's just popping on out of nowhere, got 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but can't get 7,000 people on views. I wish we had that level of discernment for why we have not moved forward. And that's why I wrote The Real Black Agenda, because if we're going to have the conversation, we have to have the ugly part out in the open, and we have to start making some real tangible solutions.
Man, look, I want to let you get to your baby girl, man, because I know how that is. I know how that is. Can I ask you 2 more questions?
Yep.
We wrap this up.
Yep.
So she just mentioned ChatGPT and all of that.
Sure.
How do you see AI and new tech reshaping business for Black entrepreneurs, and what should we be preparing for right now?
Well, the one thing that I need you to understand is skills are always going to be replaced, period. My great uncle was an elevator operator downtown in the 50s. You don't need an elevator operator no more. My grandmother-in-law was a switchboard operator for Bell Telephone. You don't need a switchboard operator anymore. Things are going to change. It's not about AI. It's about building up maximum skills instead of begging for minimum wage. It's about taking your natural intelligence and allowing AI to do what it needs to do. I'll give you an example. I write all my books. I've always written all my books. It usually costs me about $3,000 to have an editor edit my books. This book was not edited for $3,000. I edited this for $20 because I used AI to fix all of my grammatical dyslexic errors, and I kept on pushing. You will be replaced. You will be outsourced. You will be downsized. Get used to it. Get your weight up, not your hate up. Make a move. That's where we should be looking. How can I leverage this technology? I want y'all to do this. Go to zenithmedialabs.com. It's a company I own. Zenith Media Labs, because virality in and of itself is a science, and we show you how to take your talent, your skills, your videos, and we create viral video clips. We create social media marketing plans, all of that good stuff. Again, AI is not the problem. The problem is you keep waiting to get taken over by the wave instead of getting a surfboard and swimming. That's it.
I think my dyslexia kicked in. How you Zenith
Media? Zenith Media, MEDIA labs.com.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Got that pulled up. And while I got that ready, last question.
Sure.
When it's all said and done, what do you want the next generation, especially of foundational Black American entrepreneurs, to say about Dave Anderson and the business bully movement?
Wow, I didn't even know I had a movement, but that's cool. All I wanted to do was make things better. That's it, you know. And somebody's got to be. When I was a kid, my favorite fairy tale was The Emperor's New Clothes, because it showed what happened when you have people just telling people what they want to hear, which is why the emperor was, you know, hustled by two big con men who said that they could make these beautiful clothes out of, you know, this thread that only the most sophisticated, only the wealthy can see. And so the emperor said, "Oh, these clothes are so light." And then he went out and he had a parade, and there was a little boy, and the little boy said, "Mommy, why is the emperor naked?" I'm that little boy for Black people. Period, point blank. I'm going to tell you that the emperor is naked. And somebody's got to be the whistleblower. Somebody's got to be the person to say the uncomfortable things. Somebody has to be willing to say it without recompense or worrying about being canceled or losing their job. You can't fire me. I don't work for nobody but me. And every time I have a staff meeting, wait, I'm the boss. And not in the Dame Dash way. I mean, I'm the boss because it's, you know, like I own it. That's it. So listen, it ain't the thing with Dame is Dame is right. He's right. It's the shenanigans that people miss out on. The Kennedys have a family office. The Kardashians have a family office. But when Black people try to tell you,
I wanted them to get into, that
they won't get into that.
That's the thing. I'm like, y'all, he just said something. Where's the follow-up questions for that?
They're not going
Right.
to give you that. You will not get freedom from the people who benefit from your ignorance.
Man.
Charlemagne.
No, that's my brother. I love him. Matter of fact,
No,
this
because
is
Charlemagne be
I gave
playing
him this.
games and
This is
being
the book I
goofy.
gave him. I gave him this book. Somehow it wound up back in my bag. But yeah, I signed it to him and everything. So again, that's my brother. Let's not do that.
Charlemagne, I gotta do better.
People are going to do what gets them paid.
Because he's technically an employee.
Sure.
I'm just saying he has to do, with the people
You ain't the only
that
one with a
own the
loaded clip, as
station.
you can see.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think people are going to do what's in their best interest, and I suggest everybody does that. My whole thing is I'm not gonna kick in your back for how you like to make money. That's a choice. I respect it. I don't have to always agree with it. I wish that people could see that interview, and maybe, I'll put it on my Patreon if enough people ask. But
I was gonna ask earlier, are you is it gonna be a documentary or something? You got all this footage behind the scenes and different stuff like that? Like,
oh yeah, bro. I've been shooting a documentary since 2021 called The Goat Herder. And so I got a whole, like, because we went up my same camera guy, ironically, because I have a New York camera guy, I got an Atlanta camera guy, I got an LA camera guy. Anyway, my New York guy, there's my baby. He shot Charlemagne then. But yeah, man, I'm definitely going to put it out and we'll go from there.
Yes, sir. You've been very gracious with your time, man. I appreciate you coming back to the Godcast.
I wish I didn't have to cut it short, but I got to go. Please go get this book. Go to therealblackagenda.com. Order the book. Don't get it on Amazon, but if you order the book through this podcast, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to also throw in the audio version of the book if you get it right now. Therealblackagenda.com.
Is there a code that they need to put in or something?
No code. As soon as they get it, I'm gonna have my team go pull up their email, fire a download for Audible download form for free.
Okay.
All right, there it is, y'all. Therealblackagenda.com. Yeah. Go get the book and check out that zenithmedialabs.com also.
Please.
And follow our brother. What's your Instagram?
At the Business Bully.
At the Business Bully. Appreciate you, good brother. Go get baby girl, man.
I got
I'll chop it up with you.
Love you guys. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Peace.
Be safe.
I will.
Man, all right. That was a good one.
Was good. Always a good one with him. I'm about to order the book.
Yep. Me too. I got to get my copy. All right. Shout out to that good brother. Appreciate everybody tapping in with us tonight, man. This is the first time doing the Black Business Showcase in a good minute. We should have a couple more on deck for y'all soon.
We got one next week, by the way. We got a guest next week. So meet us back next Thursday, y'all.
Yes, indeed. So have some more game for y'all. Also, all my hip hop heads. Where y'all at? Because I'm going back live tonight in about 2 hours. Mobb Deep new album about to drop. Infinite. And
you doing a late night?
Listen, I got to do a live reaction as soon as this thing drops. I'm like a kid waiting for Christmas. I was like Christmas Eve tomorrow, man. This Mobb Deep album, this Mobb Deep album got me in a chokehold.
You
understand me? Understand me? So all my hip hop heads, make sure y'all on deck with me, or if you get to check it out on the replay, whatever. But I'm going live as soon as the album drop, and we're gonna do a live, not a review, but a live reaction to the joint. And
why don't you have RP and Avita? What's her, our girl, the alligator? I need her back on.
Yeah, the only because I thought about that too. I'm like, should I get RP? Only reason why I say I ain't bringing nobody on, because I'm gonna be here all night. It's gonna take too long.
Oh, you need to be on them streaming platforms. You need to.
It's gonna take too long. No, I'm saying I'm gonna get with RP and them, after the album gets a chance to marinate and we do official review. But I'm going live at 12 o'clock at night. I ain't got time to be on here 3 hours. I still got to go to work in the morning, and that's what's gonna happen if I got
because
RP and them up here, because we gonna be going in, and 3 hours are gonna go by before we even know it. And nah, I ain't gonna do that to myself.
Yeah, well, it got to be y'all three though. Yeah, I need my girl in there.
You talking about Aida? Shout out to Aida.
I need Aida in there.
Shout out to Aida.
You gotta be on there.
Yeah. But yo, the music has just been outstanding this year, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's in the water, but everybody dropping heat. Everybody dropping heat, and I already know this Mobb Deep thing gonna be one of those ones, man. So y'all make sure y'all pull up on me. All right.
What about really quick? How do you feel about Drake's case being dismissed?
Drake, get that bullshit up out of here, man. Drake.
Oh, you got
That
embarrassed
shit.
another like a second time,
They just
basically.
keep like how many L's you gonna
Take
take, my
L's.
nigga? Learn how to take
Did
an
you say
L.
Drea? Did you say Drea?
No, I said Drake. I ain't doing like that. I ain't doing like
Oh,
that.
one more. So it's official. There's gonna be a versus with Cash Money.
I heard that.
And yeah,
And No
yeah. And
Limit.
what's the other one? Cash
No
Money and
Limit.
No Limit. Who you got?
Low Limit is gonna get washed.
I know. I feel the same
It should be fun.
way.
It should be fun and celebratory. And we got my man,
Right.
we got Peter Ogun in the building. Peter Ogun from
What's
down there
up,
in
Peter?
Louisiana. What you think, Peter Ogun? What you think about
Yeah,
that?
No Limit getting washed. Like,
Yeah. We already paid tribute to our good brother Black Voltron.
yes,
You know,
sir.
RIP again to our good brother Black Voltron, man. He said, what about Diddy? What about Diddy? What about Diddy? We'll talk about all that on Sunday, man. Y'all let us know what topics y'all wanted to touch on for our Sunday broadcast. Y'all know we got to touch on all the current events. I
Yeah.
know Diddy recently got sentenced and all that. We haven't talked about that yet, so that's something we can talk about on Sunday. We can get more into some of these other topics. But I want to hear from Peter Ogun. If you're still here, Peter Ogun, what you think about that versus coming up with Cash Money versus No Limit? I think No Limit don't stand a chance for real, for real.
I don't
And
either.
no shade. I like No Limit a little bit, but Cash Money, they catalog is
Right.
crazy, man.
No Limit does not have everybody here to.
The verse, well, they don't got C Murder. Who I think pretty much everybody else. I think pretty much everybody else is free besides C Murder, ain't it? Unless I'm forgetting about anybody.
But see, Cash Money also has Lil Wayne. Like Lil Wayne, come on, it's Wayne, y'all.
Yeah, they got Lil Wayne and
Right.
Juvie, just Lil Wayne and Juvie. Like,
Yeah.
come on now, they gonna play back that
Yeah.
ass up. What you gonna do about that?
Right.
You know what I'm
And what
saying?
does No Limit got?
They got
Whatever
some
the hell
joints
that.
now.
They do, but
Mystical,
not enough.
wait, Mystical's locked up again? I didn't
Again,
know that. Me and
I
X
know
and
he
P.
did go.
I
He
think
got
me and
out.
X gonna pull up. I know me and X and P had a little issue or whatever the case may be, but they should be able to work that out. I didn't know
For
Mystical was
this,
locked back up though.
I remember he went
They really
back
don't stand a
for an
chance without
R-word
Mystical.
situation, but I thought he got out.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
No,
That
he
was a
went
long
back.
time ago.
But he went back for it again after he got out.
Yeah, Mystical was their best bet. Mystical was their best bet. He got some joints that stand the test of time, for real, for real.
Yeah,
You know,
he does,
Master P
but
got some joints, but Cash
it
Money,
doesn't
come on, man.
hold a candle next to Cash Money, though.
Right? Yeah.
In my opinion, that's
It,
just my opinion.
if they show respect, and big each other up and make it a celebratory thing, it'll be cool. I think for the
Mhm.
for the culture, Southern hip hop and all that. But if they really go at each other, it's a slaughterhouse. It's a
Is it a
slaughter.
good match?
It'll be worse. It'll be worse than how Dipset got
Oh
washed
God,
by the lot.
yeah,
It'll be even
yeah.
worse. Do we want to
Well,
see
you know
that? I
what?
don't want
They're
to see
older
that.
and more mature, so I can see that maybe it's
Are
going to be
they?
more. I hope. You don't see Master P really, doing that type of stuff. Birdman may,
Lil
but
Wayne? I don't know. Let's hope for the best.
let's hope for the best, y'all. But yeah,
Oh, he got perv problems. Oh, he's a I didn't
yeah.
know. I
And
didn't
I know
know.
he went back. I knew he
I
went
didn't know.
back.
Silk the Shocker got a couple of joints though. Silk the Shocker had the song with Maya and
Yeah, but do we remember him?
he became, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It ain't like when they come on, everybody gonna start. And I heard they're gonna be in
Yeah.
Vegas. I
Of
don't
all
know.
places, yeah. I mean, again, shout out to No Limit. We love No Limit. Don't get me wrong, but them going against Cash Money was just for me.
I wouldn't go that far, Mr. Ish. I wouldn't go that far.
But
Mystical, they need Mystical to really, really hold it down. But I don't know about all that. Wash all of their MCs. Come on now.
Yeah,
Come on
I
now.
don't know, y'all.
That's going a little
So
far. That's going a little far.
now,
Juvy's still out here smashing right now.
so what if so they have Lil Wayne, don't they have Nicki Minaj too and Drake and
That's what
all
I'm
that
saying. They
too?
can do that.
They
Like they can bring it all the way up to now and they could do the Young Money thing. They could do Rich Gang with,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Like it could get crazy if they really want to get crazy, but
right.
I think they're just gonna do the classics, the classic
I
Cash
think
Money
they
stuff.
should keep it at the classics. That
Yeah,
way it doesn't feel like,
it won't be so lopsided.
like that, like they're getting bullied.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah, because
it'll
come
feel
on,
like they're
because
being
they
bullied.
could bring Drake and Nicki and
Right.
come on, man. Don't do all that, y'all niggas, man.
Because
Nobody wants.
Nicki is never doing the Super Bowl as long as Jay-Z got anything to do with it.
Well, she ain't doing the Super Bowl anyway.
I think she should have.
You think so?
But when
I
you're
don't know.
talking about I'm talking about as far as record sales,
I would have
things
to.
like that.
I would have to think about that. She got a few records. I don't know if she got enough to be the headliner and hold it down. I don't know. Maybe I would have to think about
Well,
that.
they all bring someone out. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right, right, right.
but I'm just saying, as a female with the number of sales, I'm just going strictly sales because I like some of her stuff that she's put out. I'm not one that has ever bought a Nicki album. I just wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking about the sales, which she's done as a female artist. I feel like
No,
she
yeah,
could have
yeah, yeah.
done it just for
Can't
that
take
reason.
can't take that away from her. She got the
Yeah,
the escalades.
the
She got the accolades.
accolades.
You know what I mean? Can't take that away from her. Look at
Yeah,
Nice D over here talking about some hip hop shit. What you know?
you know, I can dip and dab a little bit. And look at my cousin there. I got a chance to see my cousin at the Hidden History Museum this past Saturday. We had a blast. It was
Who that star?
wall to wall, standing room only. It was packed in that bitch. But I got a chance to see my cousin Star and her hubby. They came down. It was good to see them. It was packed, like
Yeah,
jam packed up in there.
no doubt.
Dewan cannot remember that he saw me. He called himself checking me on his show, and I happened to be in the chat, and I was like, dude, you came to my table, got me, and was like, come on, Nicey, let's go in here, back here and eat. He took me to the front of the line so I could go get my food, and nigga forgot. I was like, you are high. He was like, you know what? I sure did. Yeah, you did.
And yeah, I think I'm getting high tonight though. 'Cause you know what I mean?
Uh-oh.
I don't be smoking. I don't be smoking like that no more. But this Mobb Deep joint, you know what I mean? That was a
You
different
might
time.
know
When I was on
some.
my Mobb Deep shit, that was a different time. So I think I need to. I think I need to go back. I think I need to go back to the feeling. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It might be a different live stream tonight, man. Y'all might want to tune in.
Listen, and y'all can forgive me, but I don't know a Mobb Deep song. Can you tell me one?
Oh, that's and no, I can't even say that's because you're on the West Coast because actually they got mad love on the West Coast. The California is actually one of their strongest markets, Mobb Deep
Really?
strongest market. So that's just on you. I can't even put that on the West Coast. That's on you. Mobb Deep,
Sometimes you just have to freshen my memory.
Shook Ones. Everybody knows Shook Ones. You can't not know Shook Ones. You can't not know
Huh?
Shook Ones. Soon as the
You will
beat
have
come
to
on, soon as the beat come on, you're gonna be like, oh, of course. Like
shook one.
you know the words and all that. Trust me.
Shook one.
Yo, Nice D.
I'm seriously shook. I'm pulling
Nice
it
D.
up. Shook
You know
one.
what? I need to check
Mobb
Nice
Deep.
D's birth certificate. You sure you ain't a tether? You sure you ain't sneak up in
I'm
here?
not. I am 1000%
I
a
don't know. That
foundational Black
forehead. I don't
American.
know. I don't know. Yeah.
I am 1000% FBA. First of
All
all,
right.
I'm old. You know I'm old.
All right. Well, you got some homework. Listen to Shook Ones. Listen to Shook Ones. And Sunday I'm gonna ask you, did you know that song? I bet you know the words and everything.
Probably word for word.
I bet you do. Everybody know that
Listen.
song. You can't not know that song. Don't play it though. Don't play it. Don't play it. Not on here. Not on this one.
I'm just trying to see.
But we getting ready to get up out of here, y'all. Yeah.
I don't think I know it.
That does it for today's episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. This has been the Black Business Showcase. Shout out to our good brother Dave Anderson, the business bully, for pulling up on us.
Absolutely.
Once again, rest in peace. Black Voltron. Condolences to the family. And I'll see y'all in about an hour and a half, you know, when this Mobb Deep joint drop.
I might pull up.
And the rest of y'all, I'll see y'all on Sunday. But always remember, family, we are not the master teachers. We are only the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. Peace.